All right, we like to thank the VolleyCam people. Whoa, can we read that? Info at hdtenniscamera.com. And they sent me in an express mail box. Came with various protective layers. I do admit the gadget is a bit confusing at first. But you get this cool camera. You get this ball thingy and this hook thingy. Apparently it hooks upon the fence. And I was like skeptical at first. When you get this thing, you're like, what the hell is this? And they should really have a better picture in their guide. But their guide's actually very simple. Talks about how the hooks and all this system and everything, but they don't really have a picture of what it should look like. So I suggest you guys make a picture of what it should look like. But I went to your website, and it's actually pretty simple. You hook these things up, and I'm like, why are we hooking these things up? But you hook these things up, and I'm like, okay. At first, I stuck these things up on this, and I was kind of screwing everything around, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? But you go to the website, and that's how I thought about what they're doing. It does hook on the fence as advertised. It does what it's supposed to do. It does give you a better angle of the shot. I'm quite impressed with this camera. This camera is pretty high tech. It's a Kodak Play Sport. It shoots for about 2.5 hours on a 16 gig card. Has a good charge, pretty high def. It's 1080, so it's actually pretty high def. 3 levels of high def. There's a zoom function that you use using this to manipulate. But what you do is, yeah, honestly, you're like, how do I put this thing together? Put it on like this. The whole package, including the camera and this thingamabobber, is $245. A bit expensive. But it does what it's supposed to do. You hook it on like this. You hook it on the fence. You angle the mirror. And you manipulate this so that it's shooting at an angle to where you're going. They've done a good job with this, because this is heavy enough that once you set the positioning here, this camera doesn't move. So you have to make sure that you set the camera up correctly and it's shooting the way you want to shoot and the angle you want, so that it doesn't move. You know, I'm not sure what this part's for. I didn't have to use this part. So maybe it's a tripod function. Leaning against a fence, because it does go rather long. But I didn't use that function. Ooh, maybe it stands up. I don't know. I didn't use that function. You know, but everything else works as advertised. Pretty nice idea. If you just want to stand, like I can actually put my own camera there onto the tripod. But the problem with my camera is it shoots every 10 minutes. Kind of sucks. I have to flip it every 10 minutes. This shoots for a good 2 hours. It does shoot in MP4 format. So if you just want to stand and use your own camera, a handheld camera, like I use a Canon IXUS 115, which is good enough for me. The one tricky part is when you're on the fence and you're inside, you have to make sure you can see the screen in the mirror. And they've done a pretty good job. This mirror is like a close-up mirror. It's not an exact mirror. So let's take a peek at this puppy. Like I was like, whoa! What's with the mirror? I'm like, look how close I am. I can't even see my face. I'm like, where's my face? Whoa! Look at my nose. Whoa! Out of control. But when you angle it and you've set the whole thing up, you can obviously see the screen. So it does what it's supposed to do, as advertised. It's not super high tech, but it's not super low tech. And they've done a good job in terms of it does what it's advertised to do. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's about 8. It does take some manipulating to do what you want to do, but if you want a different angle, you want to shoot, because the biggest problem I have with my tripod is my camera's been struck by the ball. And when your camera is struck by the ball, you actually pretty much lose your camera, right? That's the way it goes, right? This thing it'll be pretty hard to hit this camera, and with this camera on it, which shoots very well, very good high def. It's an impact camera, and it's a waterproof camera. I don't know why you have hooks and you can hook this whole thing up to a waterproof camera. But they have a lot of peripheral software. They have video editing guide. This is what comes with the camera. There's a warranty. Their website's pretty good. I guess there's mounting. There's some things I don't know how to use on this thing. But I'll be playing with it to check it out. You know, and it does what it's supposed to do. We shot some video. And let's see if I can make this thing play. I mean, no zoom. That was at the first setting, I believe. And this is at the higher setting. Oh wait. This is at the higher setting. 1080. The one problem is the microphone catches a lot of things, but you can change the microphone. So all in all, it's pretty good option. If you want something to show to yourself playing at a different angle, you can practice zooming in. I think it does what it's supposed to do, and pretty good job. Hats off, guys.